What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to SHOPcast. Episode 65. We got actually one of my favorite old school horror movies. Personally, I'm a big fan of this franchise. We did Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. So hell yeah, this episode is brought to you by your mom. So if you're interested in one of your mom's shirts, hit me up. Got plenty of them. I go to her house all the time. But yeah, man, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was Josh's pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's mine.
Right. Remembered some shit today.
Yeah, he's got the shirt.
Oh, it's true. That's all. Yeah. Hint, Randall. Well, shit, dude. Since it was your pick, sir, you tell us what the movie's about, and we'll talk about it. Got Pinhead in it, right?
I think I'm watched the wrong movie.
I'm like, this isn't the one with the Michael Myers mask. You're like, that's not even what.
That's when Jason and Freddy fight.
Right. This is the hockey stick guy, right? Hockey mask. God damn. Wah, wah.
Hockey
Casey Jones. Fucking right. Rebound.
So yeah, it's kind of really it's more of the direct sequel to the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Brings back what's her name, Nancy?
Yeah.
Nancy Allen or something like that.
Dude, honestly, I've watched this movie my whole life and I don't know her last name. Nancy something or other.
And she's now a dream therapist. I don't know what do you call that?
That's what I was gonna say. Was therapist
up to make this movie, boy? I tell you what.
Yeah. And my question is, how old is she?
Bro, okay,
she's got to be like 20.
She looks like she's 12, and they've got her like with this like gray streak to try to age her a little bit. I'm like, yeah. I didn't know Jean Grey was in this movie.
Right. But yeah, she goes into this like ward where all these kids are, suffering from nightmares that are so bad that they're like, harming themselves.
Yeah, and the people around them don't really believe that it's like a nightmare. They think they're just being dramatic and they want attention and shit. And there's got a young, super hot Patricia Arquette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for my meds. I'm sorry.
And Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, Larry Fishburne.
Larry Fishburne.
Larry. Yeah, Larry in the movie. Yeah.
He's all skinny and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Very skinny. Yeah. Yeah. It's just another Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
This is the first Avengers movie.
So, I guess.
Funny thing, dude, they didn't actually make a Nightmare on Elm Street 2. They just went straight to 3.
Right.
So, dude, this ant fucked me up, bro. I got like 4 ant bites I didn't know about. Sorry. All right.
Yeah, so I actually rewatched the first one.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes to try to see if I wrote anything down of any substance.
Yeah, I saw that you rewatched the first one, Chris.
Yeah, I watched the first one for the first time in a long time. I started the third one and I realized I really didn't remember that much from the first one. I'm sure I didn't really need to go watch the first one, but just felt like I should, and yeah, just wanted to brush up before watching this one.
I love the first and the third one, and there's a few that I really, really like, but the first and third, really, I look at them as just a good double feature, man. And the second movie is, I'm just talking shit. Like, there's a lot to like about that movie, but there's a lot to not like because, in my opinion, it's not even really the same character as the other ones in the franchise. It's kind of like the Halloween 3 of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, where it's just like, yeah, this could have been a better standalone film, but you wanted to make that money off the name, so you did. Plus, it didn't have anything to do with the original, creative team, to my recollection. Anyways, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is it reminded me of something, dude. I can't remember what it was, but oh, dude, I put Larry Fishburne 3 times in my notes because I kept laughing about it. Well, let's talk about it. Let's kind of start off with the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie, you're really focusing on
Patricia Arquette.
Patricia Arquette's character. She's having a lot of trouble. Her mom doesn't believe that she's having any real problems. She's having real nightmares that are bad. Freddy's showing up in them. She's staying up all night on trucker drugs and like caffeine. And at
Hair
one
metal.
point, do what?
And hair metal.
Dude, an amazing dude, terrible music. I can't even say that. Anyways, so at one point at the very beginning of the movie, I thought it was cool that they did this. They didn't start doing this until the mid 80s a lot. So I think this is probably one of the first times that I remember this happening. There's probably going to be people in the comments that, or even Josh could probably recall things that I don't know about, but where they had a really good fake out. And whenever, I can't remember Patricia Arquette's character's name, but she goes into this dream and she has all this stuff happening. Man, I'm trying to decide if I want to explain anyhow, she goes in this dream, runs into Freddy, and she comes to, and she's like, oh, thank God. It's the first time that I can remember in a horror movie where when they come out of whatever's happening to them, that's not even really what coming out of it yet. So there was like double layers. I'm trying to explain it right. I feel stupid saying it like this, but she wakes up and she's not actually awake. And I thought that was really cool. When I first saw this movie, I don't remember seeing much of that kind of thing before this. So that was really an interesting way to do it for me. And so even now watching it at 40 years old almost, it still has a similar impact, even though I know it's coming. I'm like, oh shit, nope, you got duck. You know, she's fucking duping herself basically. She's still asleep. But they end up taking her parents take her to or her mom. Dude. Her mom like opens the door to talk to her. She's like, go to sleep, yada yada yada. And that dude's like, where's the bourbon?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, her mom's getting that deep.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I thought that in my opinion, if it were me, I would have made, I hate saying this, but I would have not even cast Patricia Arquette, dude. I would have made Nancy the main character, because she doesn't look the age that she's trying to portray at all.
Yeah.
She really does look like Jean Grey now that I'm thinking about it in that movie. That's pretty funny. But they end up taking her to like a psych ward or something where they're treating the kids for misbehavior more than anything. And they got that one guy who looks like what's that? He looks like Bill Maher's brother. But
yeah.
He's like the good guy doctor who like wants to do his job right, but he still believes the kids a little bit, even when they're being kind of crazy. And so he's the one that's willing to get Nancy involved. That's how she comes into the pictures. He contacts her because she's like a specialist in this field. And she shows up and it's like a motley crew of kids. You know, it's got the one kid in a wheelchair who's like a D&D nerd. It's got the girl who's like a goth kid, essentially.
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette. You got the one jock dude. And, you know, it's just a big group of kids that are, what's up, Josh? You look like you're fixing
It's the Breakfast Club of horror movies.
So I almost said that twice. When I stumbled twice, that's what I was like, I'm not saying it. And then I tried to figure out what else to say. That's why I kept tripping over my words, because I kept wanting to call it Breakfast Club. That's funny, dude.
I mean, it is.
Didn't they have like no, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 has the Breakfast Club poster. Anyways. Yeah, man. So they got this like experimental medication they're trying to use to not sleep. But to me, it just sounds like Adderall. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, that's basically the movie. Then they basically figure out that they all are having the same experience. The doctor ends up figuring out that they're telling the truth, and then they've all got to team up and defeat Freddy Krueger.
Well, like Patricia Arquette has this like power where she can bring everyone into their dreams.
Oh, that's right. She's bringing them into her own dream. Golly, dude.
Yeah, they all have individual like dream powers.
She's basically the Phoenix. She's fucking Jean Grey.
Yeah, and she does backflips.
Wait, I said Jean Grey earlier. I meant Rogue. Dude, I'm tripping, bro.
Yeah, I knew who you're talking about.
So I meant Rogue. So Patricia Arquette's Jean Grey, and is this the X-Men first Freddy Krueger?
Kind of. Yeah,
That's amazing. That makes this movie way better.
Yeah, they all had their own little power. Like the one kid was like
so much better, dude.
Yeah, he was like a legit wizard, And yeah, the goth
Oh,
chick
bro.
was just turned goth and had little switchblades.
Oh, yeah, and the mohawk and everything.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh,
oh
that
my
was
god.
so bad, bro. I was like, oh, like embarrassed in my own office. Like, fuck, who's watching this with me?
Yeah, it was a little
But
cringy.
it's like campy, silly ass movie. Man, when old buddy gets up and they pull the tendons out of his hands, that
Oh, yeah.
still is like, ugh, even
That
though
was that was probably the like the I don't know, the grossest
yeah, the most effective
part. Yeah,
special effects part. Yeah, that was
that
because
was nasty.
like it's not even real at all. It doesn't even look that real, but it's like the thought of it is so painful. Like, you're like, oh
Well,
my
when you like
goodness.
when he like first pulls the tendons and they like rip through the arms and the legs, it'll look
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah.
Dude, you're like, oh, I can feel that. Like that's horrible.
Yeah, that was gross.
And then they just make him. Freddy's just like, no, you're gonna jump off this building, sir. He's like, I don't want to die.
He's literally like puppeteering him.
Oh man, this movie's fun, man. There's not a lot of depth to it. It's pretty straightforward. It's only like 90 minutes, right? It's not very long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
first one was too.
Fun acting, fun horror stuff. This is an example of a movie like I feel like people are saying things about Malignant that I find that applies to this movie, where they're like, oh no, it's just campy and silly. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't think they were going for that at all. And I think they were in this movie. I think they were like really self-aware, really over the top. And I don't think that was the case in the other movie. So I find out that when I was hearing all this stuff, I'm trying not to go on a tangent about that fucking movie, but I find that but that's what I was thinking of when I was watching this.
If Malignant had said "Welcome to Primetime, bitch," then it'd be a completely different movie.
Dude, if Malignant wasn't trying to be the Matrix, it'd have been a better movie. But somebody told me the other day that the reason they liked Malignant a lot was because of all the amazing practical effects, and I just stopped responding. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not gonna win this, so I'm out. So whoever that was, congratulations, you beat me pretty thoroughly, because that was so insane that I just stopped talking about it.
They watched it. They took off their contacts before they watched it, I guess.
I blinked. I was like, I looked at my phone. And I was like, all the practical effects, and I was like, I almost said, did you mean CGI? But I was like, I think they're serious. I was like, I'm out. I don't have time for stupid people right now. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, anyways, look, I feel like all the stuff I've been hearing about that movie, it just so happens that that's the one that's out right now. That's a hot movie. That I feel like all that stuff applies to this movie.
I thought the same thing.
Did you really?
I was watching it. Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, bro.
I was like, this is how.
Yeah,
I was like, this is what I think people are talking about when they talk about Malignant, except I actually feel that in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any
100%.
idea how relieved I am that you're saying that? Because I thought you were gonna be like, oh my gosh, shut up about Malignant. I fucking hate that movie, dude. And like,
when I was watching it, I was like, this is super silly and campy, and most of the acting is pretty bad, and yet I enjoy this way more.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. I'd say I had the exact same thought.
Dude, that's amazing, because I literally thought that more than once during this movie. But
I think it's all fresh enough on all our minds that it's kind of hard to avoid.
Yeah, by Josh's face, I wasn't sure if he was fixing to agree with me or tell me to shut the fuck up. I started hearing about Malignant, because I can't even go. I had to like stop going on Facebook like completely for a couple of days to get that crap out of my thread. Everywhere I turn, it's this Malignant's the greatest movie ever. I'm like, dude, what are y'all watching?
That's why I told y'all, like, I don't like it, but y'all need to watch it, because I needed someone to tell me whether I was crazy or not.
Needed validation.
No, I understood pretty quick. I was like, oh, I get it. Josh thought he was insane, but he's not.
Yeah.
Nope. This movie sucks. Dude,
Yeah, because I was.
Do what?
That's sorry, because I mean, I know like Josh isn't, I think, as into these types of movies as. Definitely not as much as Randy, and not even as much as me, probably. So I was like, you know what, maybe Josh didn't like it. Maybe I'll still like it. Like I
was
really
pretty
wasn't...
sure I was gonna like it based on what y'all were saying.
Yeah,
I
wasn't.
The trailer, and the trailer looked terrible, man.
I didn't even watch the trailer. I went in completely blind.
And I'll tell you what, though, the only reason the trailer looked bad was because of the CG. The moment I saw the room change, I was like, was like, that's gonna be bad unless this is all pre-post production.
I mean, the second they show that freaking house at the very beginning of the movie, it just
Bro, that I almost didn't make it past that first part because I was
Yeah.
like, that looks really bad.
yeah, I think you texted us about that. Like you're
Yeah.
5 seconds into the movie.
I was like, what is happening? Why is this? Why'd you have to do this, James?
yeah.
Talking like I know the guy. Come on, James. But yeah, man. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is a fantastic, fun, silly ass, campy Nightmare on Elm Street movie. This is the kind of movie. I mean, you really can't avoid talking about it right now. This is what everybody's thinking they're seeing. And they're I don't get it, but this is what that is. This is the perfect example of 80s camp with like reasonable production. Because I would say Evil Dead goes even further into that, but they had a lot less money to fool with.
Yeah.
But like, this is like a perfect example. Here's a fair budget. There's a couple of stars. Somebody you know Heather Langenkamp. She's Nancy. You know Patricia Arquette. You know the dude that was her dad, the policeman. He's in it again, and so like
Larry.
Larry Fishburne's in it. But so you got like a reasonable budget, reasonable actors, young kids that are gonna do something with their career one day, and yeah, dude, it was just a shitload of fun, man. Like you can't take this movie seriously. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, do I remember ever being scared by this one? And I was like, I don't think so. I think it's just a lot of fun. The first one scared me because I watched it when I was really little. And then the third one, I don't think ever really scared me. I just like it. It's a good movie.
The first one I think is, I know Chris can probably speak to this because he just rewatched them, but I think the first one is scarier. Like it is creepier.
Yeah. And this is all stuff that I was going to bring up. I remember the first one being like fairly scary as a kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not quite as campy as the third one is. It is a little more, I mean, that's serious, but I mean, it's just a little less over the top and silly at times.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it last year, so I've got it. It's pretty fresh still. I still remember it well enough. But
yeah,
sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so the third one, it wasn't scary, and
yeah,
I don't know, like the idea of Freddy, I always thought was one of the scarier like horror villains. I mean, getting into your dreams, something you can't really control.
Yeah,
that's a fairly scary idea. So I was a little let down the third one that it was just a little over the top. I was like, okay, I remember this being a little scarier. So I was wanting
the franchise that I thought had the best shot at a good remake. Excuse me.
Yeah,
because with today's technology, you can make a terrifying movie out of this.
Yeah,
the concept is incredible.
Correct. And they just dropped the ball, and that bitch kept rolling, and they couldn't catch it. They were like, "Oh, fuck!" Because
I never watched that remake because everybody shit on it.
So, you know me, man. I buck the trends usually, and I don't listen to people for the most part. So when it came out, I literally was just like, "Oh, it sucks. That's cool. Oh, it sucks. Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna watch it once to see if I like it or not." And I watched it. I didn't hate it. I sure as shit didn't like it though. It was just kind of like, that was a movie. Like, the nightmare, excuse me, the Friday the 13th one was better than the Nightmare one, and that's what bummed me out because I'm much more of a Nightmare fan. But it's all good. No, this movie was a hell of a lot of fun, and I thought that, I don't know, man. I think we've pretty much covered how I felt about it, dude. The acting was reasonable, and
it's kind of bad.
Yeah,
at times.
I will say,
bad, but like,
I think you can tell, like, even though Patricia Arquette is like a kid, that she's the best actress in the whole movie.
Well, so I thought about this when I was watching it, because I knew we were going to talk about the acting and how it wasn't very good, and I was thinking, the acting in this movie has actually gotten worse. And some people like, how does that even happen? Because the acting in movies has gotten better. And so this didn't used to be that bad.
Yeah, I can see
that.
But
when A24 drops a movie every 3 months now, and you get to go in there, now I may not like the movies very much, but you can't deny that they're quality. And so you get fantastic acting, a beautiful CG, great practical effects. Everything else is subjective. That's not. That's objective. You get good acting, good CG, good practical effects, and generally speaking, good direction, good storytelling with the camera. But like that didn't used to exist. So like if you look at all the movies that came out around this time, they were all acted on this level. Even like the good movies were hamming it up. And so
yeah, I mean it's very
if you can
80s.
take that into
80s too.
consideration, dude, that makes Malignant that much fucking worse. Because what's their excuse?
Right.
You had this came out in a time where when this was the norm, dude, this is just how movies were. And like we go back and watch when I watched Nightmare Alley. Dude, look at the acting in that, dude. I mean, it's pretty good, right? But there's a lot of stuff in there where you're like, they can make this new one's gonna be way better. Like Bradley Cooper is gonna run circles around that guy. Like it's just a different time.
We're talking about the 40s, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I was saying every era has their own like things they do. And back then the acting was even worse, but it wasn't. But it was. So it's really just, do you like this style of acting or not? And so
yeah, for sure.
It's like, do you like an 80s style of acting? It only serves its purpose in the 80s for the most part. When you have something like Psycho Goreman, where the dad clearly isn't a good actor, but he did what he was. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. He did what he was supposed to do. He acted that way, like that was intentional. The way he was acting, like his bad acting was very much on point, and he did a good job with it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that guy acted circles around freaking that main chick in Malignant.
Oh my God. Chris Stuckman's like, well, if Nick Cage was in this movie, people wouldn't have such a problem with it. I'm like, do you know how long it took him to become Nick Cage, bro? Like, yeah, he earned the right to be in a movie like that, and for us to expect that kind of movie. Right. She didn't earn that. What? No, it doesn't. Yeah. Well, that's not fair. Yeah, it fucking is. Shut up, you whiny bitch. Like,
I mean, I completely disagree with him on that review too. But
yeah, I mean, I like Stuckman, dude. He's a cool dude. I'm just being silly, but like, I was like, what? I was like, Nick. That was the only part where I just adamantly was like, no. I can't let this one slide. Like, I almost put a comment on it, but I was like, whatever. But like, yeah, dude, you would expect that from Nick Cage, because no, everybody shouldn't be able to get that from us. They shouldn't get that respect from us, and that I don't understand that at all. But going back to Nightmare, it's like, this is a really great example of 80s camp horror. And I just thought, and I don't mean like, you know what I mean? Campy.
Yeah.
Anyways, anybody else want to talk about this movie a little bit? Anything else about you like? Anything that you didn't like?
No, I mean, I think I pretty much said what I wanted to say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I like it as much as the first one. I think I might even like New Nightmare a little bit more. Like maybe slightly. But yeah, I mean, it's a good follow-up to that first movie for sure.
Yeah,
I think I agree with you on that fully. But last week when we brought this up, I said this was my favorite Nightmare movie.
Yeah, you did.
I also rewatched 1 and New Nightmare.
Did you?
Okay. I did. I had a lot of time to work in the office this week. I got a list of stuff I watched, and I watched them. I mostly listened to them, but I've seen both of those a lot, and so it wasn't hard for me to recall what was happening on screen.
Yeah.
And I think I had to go with you almost word for word on that one, Josh. I think I like. It's kind of a toss up between 1 and New Nightmare, and then 3 is going to be my third. But those 3 are the ones that matter to me in this franchise.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I always feel like you kind of mentioned it earlier, but the concept of Freddy is like almost so good that I always feel a little bit let down, because like you could have gone further with it, like there's always a little bit more you could do with it.
One thing that I've always thought was, if this movie franchise had started when it started, and then actually it wouldn't work like that. I kind of wish that this was not even a Craven film. Like, if John Carpenter had this,
yeah,
it might have been better.
Yeah.
That's gonna make people mad, probably.
I mean, I haven't seen nearly as much Wes Craven movies. I think I've only seen the Nightmare movies and then Scream. I've never watched like Hills of Eyes or Last House on the Left or anything like
Okay,
that.
see, like those are my favorite Wes Craven movies. Well, Scream's obviously my favorite Wes Craven, but like
Right.
Nightmare isn't even close to my favorite. But the first one, that's the issue, is that the first one was Wes Craven. Was this one Wes Craven?
Yeah,
No,
I think so. No,
he
was it?
did. No, he
Okay.
produced it. He didn't direct.
I was
it.
like sitting here thinking, like, I don't think he directed this. Man,
No.
for a minute I was thinking that this was a Wes Craven project, but so that explains a lot, because the first one is darker. It is scarier. But and then he did New Nightmare. That explains a whole lot,
The
actually.
new Nightmare is way darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I wish there was a way that this franchise, it doesn't even matter because it can't happen, but yeah, I wish this franchise had come out 20 years later, because it probably would have been terrifying and stayed terrifying, because the first one was a scary movie when I was younger, man. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one definitely, like, it wasn't scary, but it's definitely creepier.
Well, when the first time I watched it, I was young, dude, and it was scary.
Yes, yeah, same here.
I mean, Johnny Depp's death is probably still the best death of all the movies, right?
That's good.
Yeah, I
gotta
would say
be.
so.
That's a crazy ass death.
Honestly, the Nightmare on Elm Street deaths, they're not even that great. Most of them.
Not really.
Most of the
there's-
fun comes from
there's a-
like the anticipation of scary shit happening.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed with some of the deaths in this one, like like the girl dying in the TV, and like
Yeah.
I've always seen like the image of him with the needle fingers and stuff, but I was just like, okay.
I
Yeah.
thought that the kid jumping off the building was one of the better deaths because it was so unexpected.
Yeah.
And you're
I
like,
like that
oh,
one.
damn, that pulls up on the thing. So it's like, and it's more grounded. It's more of a real, that could happen, obviously. Some kid could get pushed out of a window or something, And
Yeah.
so like the thought that some kid could die from a fall like that is very, very, hell, sleepwalking, dude. You could sleepwalk right off of a ledge, probably.
Yeah.
That's terrifying thinking about that shit. But well, what kind of grade would you fellas give this movie on a scale of 1 to 10, if anybody's wondering?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Exactly what I was
think
going to say.
Yep, we're all on the same page, man. 7. 7
Wow.
because, well, I was gonna say 8, and then I thought no, because I would give the first one an 8.
That's
Yeah, me too.
it's my
And,
exact. Jeez.
and then I would give New Nightmare like an 8.5. Yeah, like an 8.5, because it's definitely, yeah. I guess that would just mean that New Nightmare is the better one for me.
I gotta rewatch them back to back because I think they are pretty much neck and neck. But
Well, New Nightmare resembles Scream so much that the more I think about it, the more I
Yeah.
would be lying to myself saying that that's not my favorite one, because it resembles my favorite movie. Like, I watched Scream recently, and that movie holds up, dude. That movie is fucking badass still.
Yeah, I watched it not too long ago. I think I watched it like last October.
Yeah.
So probably about a year ago. I think I watched it right before Halloween.
I've only seen it once, so I'm waiting for the 4K to come out. I'm gonna rewatch
I'm gonna
it.
be doing a lot of videos next month, so I will probably be watching Scream again in the next couple of weeks. Dude, I'm going to see Rancid on Monday. Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hell
Yeah, dude. Rancid, Dropkick Murphys in Corpus.
Yeah.
Cool,
Never seen
man. Do what?
So I was just saying, never seen Rancid, but Dropkick's awesome
Dude,
live.
I've seen them play together a couple times, and it's always wild because they play so many of each other's songs normally anyways.
Yeah.
That when you get both those bands together, I will be shocked if I don't hear Operation Ivy songs, and if I don't hear like Lars out there playing with the Dropkick guys. Tim's gonna make an appearance at some point. Like, for sure, it's gonna become like a big old party. And I'm gonna take my GoPro and I'm gonna try to get a little footage if I can. I don't know if I will be able to or not. I'm more trying to have a good time than I am get some footage. But if I can get like a couple of songs or something, I would like to.
Sure.
Cool.
I've got almost the entire Offspring set on my phone.
Nice.
Oh, then we're going to see Alkaline Trio in a couple weeks too. Fuck, dude, that's a lot of money.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Cool. What else did y'all watch this week? Because I got a few things I want to talk to y'all about.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say you brought it up a second ago, and it's one that you watched, Randy, but Nightmare Alley.
Mm-hmm.
After that trailer for the new one came out, and yeah, you had brought it up. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. I need to go watch that. And yeah, it's good. It's really good. And don't usually have the highest expectation of movies from the 40s.
Oh, I usually hate them.
Not to say that they're bad. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of gems in there, but like I was kind of like pleasantly surprised about this one. Had a lot of just felt a little prestige like with all the magic and
But it really, that's the
trying to-
main thing I got from it.
yeah, trying to I guess kind of screw them over, stealing the tricks. Yeah, it was fun. Like I liked
I had
it.
I was talking to somebody about it, and I mentioned that it felt like the Prestige, and they literally just like scoffed at me. I'm trying to remember who the fuck I was talking to. Oh no, they said something snarky. It was on Facebook.
Oh.
It was in
Oh.
like they said something snarky about it, and they were like, "God damn it, what'd they say?"
Bro, just stay off of Facebook. Everyone's fucking a snarky asshole on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I watched that movie because Carrizzo, I knew she would like it, and I was so shocked when I found out that it was a remake. Because when I watched the trailer, I don't believe it says it's a remake on there. I can't even remember how I found out it was a remake, but I was like, oh, it's a remake. And then I saw that it was that's what it was. As I looked up, I was making a thumbnail for my reaction video for the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. And it had a picture of, I almost said Benicio del Toro. Guillermo. And in the background was like the black and white picture of the girl with the lightning in her hands.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that doesn't look like what I just watched. And so I Googled it, and it was like, oh, it's an old movie too. And so I watched the trailer, and then within a few seconds, I was like, okay, I'm pretty interested in watching this. And I told Chris, I said, hey, when I get home, you want to watch this old black and white movie? It was on her birthday. And she was like, yeah. So we sat down and watched it. And man, it was really quite good. I had a great time watching it. I'm very excited for this new one. I'm probably going to go watch it opening weekend.
Yeah, I'm very
Cool.
curious to see what he's going to do, because I imagine he's going to try to put some, fantastical elements or
Dude,
something in
something
there.
badass is going to happen in this movie. He's going to make it look. It's going to look amazing. I know.
Yeah, because I rewatched the trailer, and the trailer definitely has some stuff that's not really in the original. So he's gonna add something to it.
I'm glad it looks a little different. And I'm glad Ron Perlman's in it.
Of course.
For sure. He has to be.
Right. I watched, let's see. Josh, did you get to watch anything else this
Yeah,
week?
I watched a few things. I watched Breakdown, the Kurt Russell movie.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to watch that one too.
That was really good. Just a fun, badass thriller. I mean,
Go Kurt Russell.
not a whole. Yeah, it was cool. It was just fun. It was a little silly and cheesy, but it was really good.
Those are the best kind.
Yeah, it was a good one. I rewatched They Live because I had the 4K and I hadn't watched it since I got that.
Fuck
Man,
yeah.
just super badass.
Dude,
Love
that's
that.
one of my favorite movies, period.
Yeah,
I love that fucking movie, dude.
it's probably my top 3 Carpenters. I love it.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same thing. Yeah, it's
The Thing. Assault on
Trouble.
Precinct 13. Do what?
Big Trouble is number 2 for
Oh
me.
no, I have to go The Thing. Assault on Precinct. Nah. The Thing, They Live, Assault on Precinct 13. That's my top 3.
Okay.
No, Assault on Precinct 13 is just it just reminds me of my dad. I'll never stop watching that fucking dumbass movie. It's not great. I love it though. It's great. Fuck it.
No, it's great. It's great. I
Yeah.
like it. I liked it a lot.
What else? Did you watch anything else?
I watched Black Widow. That was actually
Was it decent?
better than I expected. It just felt like a spy movie.
I legit thought you were fixing to say it was better than Malignant.
It
It
was.
is.
It was definitely better than Malignant.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, just felt like a spy movie, Marvel style, but it was fun. And my expectations were pretty low
Yeah.
because some people weren't saying it was very good, and I was like, oh, finally watched it. And I was like,
Was it on HBO Max?
no, I bought it. It just came out.
I want to watch it too. I just never got around to it.
You can borrow it if you want.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was good. Florence Pugh like steals the movie. She's like the best part.
I heard that a couple of times.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
And David Harbour is awesome.
That's the reason I wanted to watch it. Well, Florence Pugh, she's pretty gorgeous, but
those two characters are the best parts of the movie. They're awesome. They kind of carry it. But yeah, it's nothing. It's like mid-tier Marvel. It's like not amazing, not bad. It's just like pretty solid.
All right, how many times better is it than Captain Marvel?
Like, I don't know, like 15.
Just making sure.
Pretty sure Captain Marvel is at the bottom of my list, or like one or two from the bottom. Definitely at the bottom.
All right, dude. Shitty movie off. Which one's worse, Malignant or Captain Marvel?
Malignant.
I'll say Captain Marvel. Actually,
I'm with Josh on this
Really?
one.
I know y'all don't like.
I'd rather watch Malignant again. Than
I
Captain
still
Marvel.
think that there's a few redeeming things about Malignant. Like at least a couple of scenes I can laugh at.
Just the fact that old girl's not in Malignant makes me want to watch it more than Captain Marvel. I fucking hate her.
Yeah, I don't have the disdain that you do for what's her name?
Brie Larson.
Exactly.
Brie Larson.
She's fucking forgettable. No, my problem is the first few times that I watched her, I really thought she was great, and I think she's extremely attractive. So I was like,
yeah,
she's gonna be awesome, man. And then she just started talking, and I'm like, oh fuck, you ruined it. And don't listen, it's not a sexist thing, people. Dudes do the same shit. Guys I think are cool, open their fucking mouths, and they just look like morons all the time. It just happens that this girl is somebody that I thought was super, super hot. So I was like, man, I'm interested in her career. So I watched a bunch of shit this week, dude. Let's start with the movie called Mad Men. Don't watch it. All right. Chris and I watched, it's just this 80s horror movie that like normally I would like stuff like this, but this was bad. I was pretty bummed out at the end of that second movie on Friday, Chris. I was like, fuck, I should have went home. But Chris and I went and saw Prisoners of the Ghostland. And the more I think about this movie, the more I like it. I don't think it's amazing. I certainly don't think it's the wildest movie that Cage ever been in, but it might be close to the weirdest because it's fucking weird.
Yep.
But the more I simmer on this and like let it cook down, the more I think I like it a lot. But I still need to rewatch it because I've only seen it the one time, and I'm still on the high of, yeah, it was pretty weird. I liked it, but I want to watch it again, knowing what I'm getting into now. I'll fucking fight people over the fact that that's a better movie than Malignant.
I was waiting for an opening to say it's also better than Malignant.
Dude, man.
Is that
I'm
just
gonna
a
lose
new
all my
joke?
subscribers because how much we fucking hate Malignant.
We've shit on Malignant so much, like not even talking about it directly. Just like everything's better than.
We should just title this episode like "What movies we think are better than Malignant."
No. I'm literally gonna title it Nightmare on Elm Street 3. What people think they're watching when they watch Malignant. Like,
yeah.
Or what people think Malignant was, or something that's shorter because I gotta make sure it fits in the thing. But yes, I'm 100% shitting on Malignant with this title because I fucking hate that movie.
Just say Malignant sucks, watch this instead. Just made
Bingo bango, that's a really great title.
Short, sweet, to the point.
But Prisoners of the Ghostland is a very strange movie. A lot of it didn't make sense on the first go around, so I'm thinking I might be able to. You know what? I've also, I will concede that there is a chance that I don't like it as much on the second watch because I know it's weird. And there was a lot. The problem is that so when we were watching the movie, I think I said 2 or 3 things to Chris in the first like 5 minutes, like in his ear, like, oh man, what about blah, 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 like referring to the movie, right? And then I just clammed up. I was just sitting there, right? But the people in front of us were talking, and then the people behind us were talking. Neither of those things really bothered me much. But what did bother me was that the fucking waiter came up and told me that somebody was complaining that Chris and I were talking. And I found out what he told me. He said, they said that you were talking and texting on your phone. And so I'm fucking certain that he got the wrong people, because neither of us were doing that. And so, but it like really put me in a bad mood. Like it like really kind of ruined my experience, because I don't go in there and try to ruin other people's movies. So,
Yeah. Well, you were taking notes on your phone.
well, we were the only people in the fucking row, and I had it turned all the way
Yeah.
down to damn near black, and I was like doing it like to my like at my stomach. I don't think you could really see any light off of it.
No, I didn't notice. I mean, you asked me. I said, "Do you mind if I take notes?" I said, "Sure, go right ahead."
I'm
Doesn't
not an
bother
asshole,
me.
you know. I'm trying to, you know. But then I went to writing it on paper. As soon as I started writing it on paper, whatever, which I don't think makes any sense, because if you look at it, my phone is darker than it is with a white piece of paper under a little light.
Yeah.
Whatever, though, it is what it is. But I just got irritated because, like, come and tell me that, like, give me a warning, like I'm a fucking kid or something. And everybody else in there is talking. I just don't get it. And so I think that might have put me in a funk. So I think I might actually enjoy it more the second time around. But I do think there is a chance that I might go, okay, no. But at one point, about third act starts, and I just started laughing at everything I could possibly laugh at. And I did it as loud as I possibly could. And I was just like, bah! Shit that was like kind of funny. And I was wondering if Chris was catching on, but I don't know if he was either irritated or just wasn't paying much attention.
No,
But,
I mean the action did kind of ramp up at that time.
no, it was
again.
warranted laughter, but
So,
I mean,
yeah.
like normally I would be like, ha, 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 but I was just like belly laughing at shit that I was trying to make somebody mad, and I don't know who that person was, but I hope I succeeded. Because I'm a child, but
You're the troll king.
but
but,
yeah, I'm in the camp of I don't think everything in that movie needs to make sense. I think a lot of
Yeah.
it is just it's just kind of there for fun. And
Did you
to
watch
be-
it, Josh?
No, not yet.
I'm thinking maybe you shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
I kind of want to hear what you have to say, but I love Nick Cage, so I'm kind of worried you're gonna be like, fuck Nick Cage.
I just want to set your expectations properly before
That's
you
true
watch
too,
it.
because all the hype that was around it, I thought was unwarranted. But
Yes.
but I still thought it was a really enjoyable time in the theater. I had there's a lot of cool shit that happens in it, and the set pieces are pretty, man. Like the whole movie visually is awesome looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
one of the
I
coolest posters I've seen in the past year too.
Yeah, I had never seen any of the director's movies before, but this is apparently his first. I mean, he's Japanese, so this
Mhm.
is his first like English, directed movie, like for an
That's
American
funny.
studio, I think. So that was why it was kind of half in English, half in Japanese. 'Cause
That
the
explains a
director
lot,
is
'cause that
Japanese.
Japanese stuff drove me nuts. But upon finding that out, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
I also watched. Don't fucking. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I watched 47 Ronin. Have either of y'all seen this movie?
No,
The Keanu Reeves one.
It's a great time, sir.
I'm assuming that's what
yes.
you're talking.
Okay.
So,
I know that's a remake, but
well, I just was like, what? How it came about was that I was looking on my shelf and I was like, what movie have I not watched that I own? And I was like, well, this one. And I was like, probably for good reason, but I like Keanu Reeves a lot. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to watch that or The Man with the Iron Fists 2, which I probably should have chosen that movie, to be honest. But 47 Ronin was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And it wasn't like a great film, but it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to watch it again anytime soon. Probably, actually, I'm not. But whatever. It was fun. It was a good time. Then we watched The Nice Guys, which I think we all can agree that movie is amazing.
I've never seen that one.
What?
I
bro,
don't know. Yeah, I need to.
you got to. Movie is
I'm absolutely shocked.
fantastic. You have to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, that
So
movie's
good.
so good. There's so
Yeah.
much cool shit in that movie that's like, it's ridiculous.
You've
I've heard a
seen
lot
Kiss,
of-
you've seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, right?
Nope. Wait.
What?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
You're kicked out of the club, Chris.
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about both of those movies.
I personally think Nice Guys is better than Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but it's not by a lot because they're both fantastic.
They're both great. Yeah.
Wait, let me look up Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
And then I watched a movie called Jacob's Wife. I've been hearing just non-stop shit about this movie, dude. Have you been hearing anything about it, Josh? You shook your head like you might have.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
What are you hearing about it?
Just that it's a decent horror movie. I mean, nothing
not
particularly.
Well, I was just hearing
raving,
because you
but-
know me, I'm in a lot of horror groups, so I was just curious if you heard positive stuff or not.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
It just came out, right? It's
Yes. I bought a DVD of it because they didn't have a Blu-ray available, and the DVD had a slipcover, and it was like $9. Every time I see a Shudder original for sale, I buy it just to support Shudder because I want them to keep bringing me movies. Because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm always let down by Shudder." I'm like, dude, you have the wrong expectations, or you're not watching enough movies because they put out a lot of good shit. Is everything a home run? No, not at all. But I would say easily, more often than not, I'm pleased with what I watched there. And for the price, you can't beat it. But it's got Barbara Crampton in the movie, and she's one that she was hot back in the day, so much so that even now at 60 years old, I look at her and go, "Yeah, she's still pretty hot." But you know who she is? She's in
I think so.
she's in God damn it. The one with the Brain Dead. Is it Brain Dead? No, she's in fuck me, dude. This is driving me nuts. Hold on. God damn it. Reanimator, dude. I'm tripping.
Been a long
She's in
time since I've seen
Reanimator. Do what?
I have seen that.
Okay, well, she's the main person in Reanimator. And
Okay.
it also has CM Punk. And I still think I can kick his ass, but dude, I still text Trevor that every now and then. I'm still pretty sure I can beat CM Punk's ass. Not accurate, by the way. Let's just get that clear. He's very large. But dude, that movie was pretty cool, man. Not what I was expecting. I want to watch it again because I got a little distracted in the third act. But out of all the stuff that I watched this week, that was the one I was the most impressed with because I had seen most of the other really good movies, like Nice Guys I've seen a bunch of times. But like this one, I put it off. I watched it late. I watched it today, as a matter of fact. I kept putting it off. And I was like, man, I keep hearing all this good stuff. I'm going to get disappointed by this one because Drum Dums really liked it a lot. And based on his opinion of Malignant, I wasn't sure if this movie's going to be any good or not. And dude, it's like a cool ass vampire flick, dude. Like, yeah, man, it's a pretty fucking good movie, man. Like the thing is that they used CG at parts, but they were sparing with it. Like you could tell they were on a budget. And it was like, okay, if we use CG here, it'll save us a bunch of money because we don't have the time to. It's probably time like to do all the practical effects and then clean up and reshoots and stuff like that. So I think that they were smart because I know, dude, I know you can't just do practical effects for everything all the time if you're on a budget, dude. This shit is not cheap, and reshoots are a pain. Post-production is probably even worse because you get into a point where you're like, oh crap, this doesn't look right, we gotta fix it. Like, I get it. So like, I don't expect people to do that, but when you have a movie like this that's a low budget film and they use the CG right, oh man, it just, I was pleased with it, man. And I almost brought fucking Malignant again, dude. I just don't understand that movie, dude. What the fuck? Dude,
it's broken you.
I thought he was
like,
having
people
a
are telling me
seizure.
dude, like I was getting so mad that I just started shaking my head, bro. I was like, I'm like, you want us to hear? This is a good example of a B movie, dude. You got a B movie actress and a B movie on a B movie budget, dude. James Wan is not a B movie creator. I'm sorry, he's just not.
Well,
Done.
since we're talking about it, my thing is that I feel like I don't know, like he knows what people expect from him, so he felt like he had to make like a Conjuring movie that just goes fucking like silly, and like he would have been better off just making a silly movie. Like if it had been like campy from beginning to end, and it wasn't like
Thank you.
trying to be serious. Like the tone clashes are what kill me in it. Like, because it's like super serious but ultra silly. It just like it
Well,
doesn't work.
that's exactly what it is. It's not self-aware at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
It doesn't. Yeah.
dude, people are like shouting at me online. They're like telling me that it was blatantly done this way and that they were aware of the fact that it was. I was like, this is not Sam Raimi, dude. I understand what I misunderstood about Evil Dead 2 years ago, or maybe longer, whenever it was. I get it. I figured it out because I listened to you and was like, oh, and I just watched it from that vantage point. Was like, oh wait, you're right.
Yeah.
Fuck, it is what it is. Dude. I'm not always right about shit. I don't fucking. It sucks sometimes to be wrong, but I, whatever. Like, I just think people can't handle being wrong, like ever. I just don't get it, dude. You're fucking wrong. The movie sucks. It wasn't intentional, dude. James Wan. I've read stuff now to where he said, no, I made like an 80s throwback. I'm like, no, that's not what you did, bro. That's not what you did. It's not what you set out to do. And when it wrapped and you were done with it, I am pretty sure that that's not what he was thinking until somebody else was like, oh yeah, this is, he kind of was like, fuck, and ran with it. Like,
see, I don't agree with that. I do
No?
think he knew what he was making. I just don't think that it was good. Like he's a good
that may be.
he's a good director. Like he knows what he's like. He did what he was setting out to do. I just don't think that it landed. That's how it felt to me. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't think that our statements can necessarily be
I think
Well,
he
yeah,
was
that-
making it intentionally silly, but there was also enough of it that was taking itself too seriously that just didn't the pieces did not fit together.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm not going to say you're wrong for sure because I don't obviously know, but it just feels to me like he was making what he thought was a badass movie
Yeah.
and just missed it. Like it just isn't a badass movie. Like he was like, okay, look, because the tone is really dark and there is no reason for like 90% of the action that's in that movie. And the CG is really bad. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I would love to just hear him talk. I don't want to ask him shit because I'm going to be an asshole about it. So like, I just want to hear other people ask him questions. I want to hear him
Aquaman and Malignant. What the fuck,
Dude,
bro?
for real, bro. Man,
so $1 million question: Aquaman or Malignant?
oh, fuck, I got to go Malignant just based on the fact it's horror.
I figured that's what you would say, but I had to ask.
I don't know, man. That movie was really bad, dude. Like,
There's
what's his
some-
name? It's
There's
in
some
Aquaman's
really
pool.
there's some really dumb stuff in Aquaman.
Yeah.
I
You
don't know.
What? I'm having recency bias. I gotta still stick with Malignant, dude. Like the moment I put play on Aquaman, I'm gonna regret it.
I
it's also way
appreciate that
longer.
I appreciate that he took like a risk because it is a weird, like just
Well, people are missing what I'm saying too, man. Because look, I didn't like this movie, but the next movie he makes, I'm still gonna go watch it. I'm still gonna
Yeah.
pay for it.
yeah, for
I
sure.
still want him to make movies, and I still want people to go watch these movies. Look, you don't have to make all hits, dude. It's okay to make one that's not that great. I think people are like you said earlier. You pointed out something really smart immediately, dude. These are probably just James Wan fanboys. I didn't even consider that. That makes a lot of sense. And they're probably starved for like interesting movies. Yeah, sure, man. There was a lot of good stuff, but some guy told me today that this was easily not today, excuse me, the other day, that this was easily the best horror movie of 2021. And I was just like, I haven't seen a lot of horror movies this year, but I pulled up the list and like, no, it might be better, or I don't know. I don't think it's better than Candyman. Conjuring 3 is hot garbage, but whatever. Like, it was gonna
Yeah,
be.
I didn't even watch that.
You probably shouldn't, sir.
I like the other two Conjurings, but I didn't want to watch it because James Wan didn't do it though, too.
Right.
So,
Well, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, when I make my top 10 list this year, I'm not even gonna make one top 10 best horror movies of the year. I'm flat out making top worst horror movies of the year because there's a bunch of fucking stinkers this year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is Malignant's A1 gonna be my number one spot, dude. Like I'm gonna maybe put it 2, 3, 2, and 1, dude. Like it's just that big of a fucking heap of shit. Like, and the more, dude, Chris, you hit it on the head of the nail last week, dude. You're like, the more people are talking about this fucking movie, the more I hate it. Because every time I talk to somebody about anything and they bring up movies, I'll steer it away from that shit. And then they're like, have you seen Malignant? And I'm like, yeah, not really my thing. That's it. Dude, not really my thing. Like that, I don't really want to. I'll talk with you about it all day because we're friends. But like people I don't know, no, dude, especially if you bring it up, because chances are you like it. Unless you're like, did you see that pile of shit Malignant? Then I'd go, oh, yeah, that was terrible. But no, they're like, hey, you see Malignant? All excited. And I don't want to like just shit on people's day. Well, not all the time anyway. Sometimes I like doing that, but like not generally. And so I'm like, no, I really wasn't. Yeah, I watched it. Really wasn't my thing. But I'll check out his next movie. Oh, what'd you not like about it? I'm like, dude, I really don't want to talk about this. And they're like, well, I just don't understand what you didn't like about it. And I'm like, everything that you liked about it, I thought was terrible. And they're like, well, how do you know? I'm like, just tell me what you liked about it. And they list it up. I'm like, yeah, see, done. Yeah, everything you said was good, was terrible. And then they go, well, what are you talking about? Well, fucking stop asking these questions if you don't want to know the answer to it, man. And then some guy told me that they had good CG, bro. Like, what? Like, it's not even good at all. Like, not even like, it's not even decent. It's like pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, pretty bad. I'll tell you this: The Conjuring 3. The reason I didn't like it was because of the CG. It was better than the Malignant CG.
Man.
Not by a lot, but it was better. I liked it better. I didn't like the movie very much, really at all. But I like the people in that movie, so I wanted to watch it because of that. But
Yeah.
Chris, I don't care about the Malignant. What are we watching this week?
All right. I got two options. I think the last couple of weeks we've presented options, so I got options again. You guys seen a movie called Strange Days?
I think so. Yeah, let me look at the poster.
Directed by Catherine Bigelow. I mean, I think this was after she made Near Dark.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's got Ralph Fiennes, Juliette Lewis, Tom Sizemore, Vincent D'Onofrio.
I saw it a long ass time ago.
It's a little long, so it's kind of why I'm hesitant about it.
Okay,
it's an hour and 45 minutes.
It's not terrible.
It's like, yeah, not crazy long, but it's over 2 hours. I'd not like to throw out just giant long movies, but my other option was going to be Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The 78.
The
70s
71?
Like
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Never seen that one. Never seen either of these. So it's two I've kind of.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've seen both of these movies, and I think that you'll probably like Invasion better.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is really good. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
Invasion of the Body Snatchers is not my favorite movie, but I haven't seen it in a long time, and I really like Donald Sutherland, so I'm down for either one. Shit, dude, isn't that movie in black and white?
no.
What am I thinking of?
It's a remake.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one was probably black and white then.
Yeah, there's like a 50s one.
That's right.
But yeah, this one's got Donald Sutherland and
Leonard Nimoy
and
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I'm down for whichever one you want to watch, Chris. It's your pick, brother. Those are both good picks, though. I really do think you'll probably enjoy. Fuck, dude. I don't know. Give me 1 second.
And I think you meant Strange Days is 145 minutes, right?
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
2.5 hours, not an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh fuck, dude.
Oh, okay,
I vote Invasion just based on that.
Okay. Yeah, it's half an hour longer than Invasion of Body Snatchers.
But I'm not opposed to watching Strange Days, man. That movie's good. I feel like you'll like Invasion better, but I guess I wouldn't be too shocked if you didn't, if you liked this one better, because you like sci-fi shit so much. I always forget that you really do like sci-fi stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for either or, bud.
I've never seen Strange Days, so whichever.
Yeah, that one's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. I don't really care about the time on it. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I've gotten pretty comfortable with pausing movies and going to the next day because Josh brought that to my attention, and I like doing movies that way now if I can find a good interlude.
Yeah.
I used to be really against that. I've gotten over it. It's just to find a way to watch movies. As a matter of fact, I generally try to watch it a little over halfway, so that way when I go back, I can rewind it a few minutes and get about half of the movie, and get me a nice little overlap so I don't forget anything.
Yeah, I kind of had to force myself to do the same thing too, because it just means I watch more movies.
Right.
Don't know how
Yep.
many times I would go to start something and go, I only have an hour, but I really want to watch this movie, and I just never get around to it.
Dude, so I got a bunch of shit I gotta do tonight still. Thursday Thoughts is coming. I got a really good episode this time. And I started filming my paint sessions. Dude, people are asking me to film everything, bro. I guess that's just what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah.
But I filmed my painting of that 6 foot, or it's not 6 foot, it's like 5 foot wide 4-panel painting that I'm working on with the otter pops on it. And
Real quick, did you check and see if this movie was available anywhere, Chris?
Oh, I did not.
Because it
yeah, you should definitely do that.
It doesn't look like it is.
Oh,
Thank
crap.
you, Josh.
Yeah, I went, oh shit, it's my pick, and this is the one I so yeah, I didn't get the look.
1 second, Chris, you want to check and see if it's oh wait,
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Can you make us a copy to view before Saturday?
Yeah,
this weekend.
yeah, I could probably do that.
Let me
that's
let me double check and see if I have it.
Yep, I saw it's available on Amazon, but it was available on Amazon. It is currently not anymore.
Yeah, it's not on anything for rental.
Okay,
Or...
yeah, no, I don't have it. I didn't think so. I just wanted to double check.
Gosh.
I find that I have a lot of movies that I forget that I have. My CLZ app, like, I don't know what it did, but it dropped all my shit. So I have like 130 movies in it for some reason. So I've easily got a couple of thousand. So I was pretty bummed out when that happened. I haven't re-uploaded everything. Yo, I watched the trailer for that new VHS 94. That looks pretty good, actually. I'm kind of excited for that one. It'll be better than Malignant. Halloween Kills. I heard that it has over 100 kills.
Ooh,
there's no freaking way, right? Like,
that's
really?
a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Like
they
would have to literally just like shuffle people in, and he just slices them up and
unless he gets a minigun and just starts mowing people down with it.
Well, my gore score champion is currently sitting at 760 points. If Halloween Kills off the cuff has 100 kills plus Jamie Lee Curtis, that's 505 points right there. Like, so we may have a new champ if that's the case, which would be kind of cool. I haven't brought up the gore score in a while because I haven't watched movies that really needed it,
I'm excited for the movie.
I'm pretty pumped, dude. I'm really getting tired of people talking shit about, I don't want to watch the trailer, quit talking about it. I'm like, bro, I didn't talk about anything. I posted a video that you don't have to watch if you don't want to. Fucking shut your mouth. Like, golly, dude. I got hammered on my I posted my Malignant review on like 15 horror groups on Facebook. And like most of them have like 40,000 people or more, like they're big groups. I really didn't think that it was going to be that lopsided. I thought, okay, it'll be like mostly fans of the movie, but peppered in with like some people that are on my team with this, right? No, dude, it's like 98% people that are like, fucking hope you die. And like one guy is like, well, I don't hope you die, but you're wrong. And that's pretty much the whole. That shit is crazy, dude. I've actually pondered rewatching it just because I'm fucking so surprised at the reaction I'm getting. But I don't. What I'm really worried about is I don't want to end up liking it, dude. I really fucking don't. That's gonna make me so mad, dude.
I mean, I think Chris and I both thought that you would like it just because it's kind of silly, but I don't know.
The CG ruined it for me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that would definitely be something you would point out because I mean I noticed it right off the bat.
The twist in it, people can say whatever they want. I saw that twist coming, dude. It wasn't hard to figure out. People are like, this twist was ingenious. I'm like, how? Do you know what, dude?
No.
The movie itself on its own little island isn't a big deal. But telling me that it's like Basket Case is infuriating. Telling me that it's a perfect movie or that it's a masterpiece is infuriating. that's the kind of shit that makes me get mad about it. It's not even really the movie. It's the reaction to the movie.
Yeah, if people were like, this movie's garbage, this and this and this is bad, but I still kind of like it, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Dude, how many movies have I told y'all straight to your face? Dude, the movie was terrible and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Like most of my catalog behind me. Like hundreds of movies that I've watched. I'm like, they're terrible movies and I love every one of them. But I think that's really what's getting me so angry is that I'm not a dumb person. Don't treat me like one, please. Like, don't tell me. Oh God, have either of y'all seen Basket Case?
No,
I didn't think so.
I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it.
I flat out don't understand. I don't understand it, dude. Like how? Like, okay, Josh, you know what Basket Case is about?
Yeah, well, I know he like goes and like kills the people, like the doctors or whatever. So it's kind of
Yeah, he's got a
that in
conjoined
common.
twin that's
Yeah.
removed at I think maybe birth or young age, and it's like this mutated little gross ass fucking person, which I think people that are saying that this movie is like it's because the character kind of looks, the little thing looks kind of similar. It's only in color and tone. If you look at them together, they don't look anything alike, dude. Like it's not the same thing. And he carries around in a basket, and it's really grotesque. And that is a self-aware movie. Like it's grimy. It's from like I think it's late 70s, even early 80s, late 70s, New York. It's just old. A grimy, just filthy ass movie. And like I don't know, man. That's the shit that's driving me nuts, is being told that it's like Basket Case, that it's a masterpiece, and that I'm dumb for not seeing how it's so great because it was so original. I'm like, originality doesn't make something great, man. Like,
I mean, I hear so many people compare it to Sam Raimi too. I'm like,
what Sam Raimi stuff are they comparing it to?
Like Evil Dead and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is not even, this is not Sam Raimi at all. There's nothing funny about the movie. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
I tried asking people, like, would you explain to me what it is that I'm missing? Would you tell me what I'm missing in the movie that's making it funny? What's making the I said, and then people like, yeah, man, I wasn't sure how I felt about it until the end whenever they were in the police station, and that right there nailed it for me. And I'm like, what? That shouldn't even have been in the movie. Like it was like the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
By that point, my head was in my hands. I was like, no.
Yeah, that was one of the worst parts of the movie.
I would love to have watched Josh watch this movie. That would have been more entertaining for me.
Tori was like on her computer doing homework and stuff, but she kept looking over because it was like, it's loud and and she watched, so she ended up watching most of it, and she was like, that was terrible. She was like, that was so dumb. I was like, it was bad.
Like the part where the chick's running backwards because it's the bad guy or whatever. First off, how did anybody not put that together? The moment that it ran backwards, that it was her. Like, how did anybody not see that? Like, it doesn't even make sense. It wasn't like it was crawling on its hands like some weird fucking, exorcism type movie. No, it was a person running backwards. It was so obvious to me. Like, I don't get it. But the part where it was like, this is the kind of shit that irritates me, dude. Whenever the character ran and jumped through the window and landed on that like fire escape and was fixing to bail, that was so obviously a man that was playing a woman that I was like, what? And I like rewound it, and I was like, you couldn't have made a better choice with a double than that? Like, it just, I don't know, man. It's like things like that drove me nuts. And people are like, oh no, that's not a big deal. And I'm like, okay, maybe one thing isn't a big deal, but when you have 9 things that are that ridiculous in one movie, it kind of makes it a big deal. I mean, they started off on a bad foot with that opening scene being so bad. Like, I don't understand how that got past I don't see how James Wan let that go with his name on it. Like that opening scene, like even if the rest of the movie was great, but that opening scene was the same thing. And I could say like, oh, the movie's amazing, but the scene, I still don't understand how he was like, all right, yeah, cool, green light. Like, there's no way I would let that go up on a screen with my name on it. Like, I do think it is pretty funny that I could talk about this movie for 7 hours. How much I fucking hate it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we might have put in more time on Malignant than we did on.
Oh, for sure.
Elm Street,
Nightmare
yeah.
on Elm Street.
It's
That's
a
why
shittier movie than Nightmare is good.
That's
By a
why
lot.
that's why I said like we should talk about it, because it may not be good, but there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the movie that
Like-
it just doesn't add up, dude. Like why was the husband in there? Like that guy didn't need to be in that movie at all. It was so dumb.
Because men are bad and girl power.
I was gonna say that and I tried to not to, but yes. Well, like
I mean, that's what I got at the end of the movie. I was like, oh, this is a female empowerment thing too. I was like, all right, cool.
well, whenever, so I got like, it was one of those bittersweet moments whenever I got to I was watching it and then you'd hear like MMA in the background. He's like watching MMA instead of football. I was like, that's badass, dude. Finally, the sport that I love is getting a little bit of attention, you know? And it turns out that he's just a prick. And I'm like, oh, you associate that guy's actions with being a fan of that sport. Awesome. Way to go, dickhead. Like,
Yeah, they just needed someone to bash the back of her
Yeah.
head in to wake up the.
Yeah.
well, they
Evil
wanted the
twin.
movie to be campy and self-aware. They should have had her trip over a roller skate and fall down some stairs. Like,
Slipping a banana peel.
That would have been Sam Raimi.
dude, that would have been more my style. I would have liked that. I'd have been like, that movie was amazing. She slipped on a fucking roller skate and fell down 14 stairs and became a backwards person. It was glorious. Like, dude, I have debated whether or not I'm going to buy this movie and just not open it. So there's one less copy of it out in the world for somebody else to accidentally purchase.
You know what? The steelbook that's coming out of it actually looks pretty cool.
There's a steelbook for this.
Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna buy it, but like,
I'm going to buy like 5 of them.
the steelbook actually, if you can freaking find a steelbook anymore, like they don't
Yeah.
apparently make enough these days.
Where is it
But,
going to come out? Best Buy?
I'm assuming Best
When's
Buy.
it come out?
Next month? No, November, December. I don't
Fast,
know.
huh?
It's before the end of the year for sure.
Well, I'm going to
Uh,
order as many as I possibly can. And because that movie, that's going to be expensive, dude.
Yeah, you'll be able to sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to laugh my ass off to every dumbass that buys one from me. I'm going to send a personalized note. You're a fucking idiot, but thanks for your money.
Yeah, you can sell it to them and then kick them in the dick for buying it.
And they're going to buy that, and I'm going to send them Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with a note that says, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Just replace
All
the
right.
discs. Just send them the case with a Nightmare on Elm Street 3
Oh, man.
DVD in it.
Just take a shit in the steelbook and
And just squish it closed.
yeah.
came from the factory like that. They just knew
Like, it's one of a kind. It's
Yeah.
fucking limited edition.
they knew the movie was shit, so they just
Oh, man. Dude. I feel like I'd rather open a box with a glitter bomb in it than fucking open up Malignant. Oh, dude. You know how many times I've had to make myself not send you one of those, Josh? Like, I highly recommend you don't ever open a package you get from me because it'll probably be a glitter bomb.
if you hand me a package, I'm gonna tell you to open it.
I'll give it to Charlie. I'll give it to Natalie to open. She'd be fucking psyched if it was a glitter
Yeah.
bomb.
Oh yeah, she'll love it.
She'd be dancing around in it and shit. Look at me, Dad. Oh man, that's awesome. Well, Malignant sucks. So
New title for the video is just Malignant sucks.
dude, do not
Malignant
tempt me. I will put that on there.
Malignant rant and other.
We talked
Holy
about
shit. I might
some
have to
movie.
doctor our thumbnail a little bit.
Whatever.
I think I should put Malignant sucks. Plus, we talk about Nightmare on Elm Street for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
now that we pissed everybody off.
Dude, look, man. First and foremost, if anybody takes this that serious, then cool, man. I'm weeding out the weak. Second, everybody can like what they like. I don't get mad that people like Malignant. I get mad when people tell me it's like Sam Raimi or Basket Case. That's what makes me mad. You can like the fucking movie. I don't care. I don't care what people like. Doesn't matter to me. I just don't like being told something's great. Like, they're telling me like it's a fact, like it's objective. I'm like, dude, look, you can like it a lot, but there's objective things that are wrong with the movie. So don't tell me otherwise. That's not cool. But like, I don't give a shit if somebody likes it. And I mean, this is all done in jest. I mean, we're just sitting here, you know, raking this movie over the coals, but we're just joking around, man. I don't think any of us care. Like, other than it's just kind of mind blowing, but I don't really care. Like, it's just honestly, it's fun. It's a fun conversation to me. Like, I like that the movie exists just so we can have something to shit on, because most movies, I kind of like watching most movies. We watch them all the time and they're usually pretty good. This is a particular piece of dog shit. And so, you know, let's put it in a bag, go in the trash.
I mean, the fact that we can talk about it for this long, like we watched a movie this week, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, and all liked it and talked about it a little bit, and we're like, yeah, we're done. And then but we've been talking about Malignant for 30 minutes probably.
Easy. Easy. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, people are talking shit on Prisoners of Ghostland. It's not a lot of people are watching it, and the people that are watching it are giving it like pretty bad reviews.
Yeah.
And what people are saying about Malignant, I'm thinking about Prisoners of Ghostland. It's got problems. It doesn't make sense. You know, it's the plot's kind of wonky and weird and jumps around and whatnot, but it's something that I enjoyed. So
look, I can say that Prisoners of the Ghostland, or whatever it is, Prisoners of Ghost, whatever it is, I would say is probably objectively not a good movie, but it's pretty and it's fun and it is kind of weird. And I think that Nick Cage is really kind of creating this, like, I don't know, man, library of pretty cool movies to watch when you don't want to watch something that's, you know, normal. I mean, for lack of a better word, like, I don't want to watch something every time that's just like, you know, and yeah, I don't know, man. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the fact that it's not a great movie. Like, Willy's Wonderland, that is actually a bad movie. And I like it, dude. I like watching it. It's bad, but it's fun. And that's what I don't, people take shit so seriously that they can't just go, it's kind of dumb, but I liked it. I've heard that from a handful of people. And those are the people that I give their comment I like, and I say, yeah, there we go. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's one of those it's just fucking annoying, dude. I keep thinking of people, are they trying to compare it to like Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi? I just can't get over the Sam Raimi thing. That you shocked me with that one. I haven't heard that yet, so that's crazy, man.
I heard that a few times.
Yeah, I've seen Sam Raimi brought into it, David Cronenberg.
Dude, the Cronenberg thing is so stupid. I'm not going to even address it.
Yeah, one or two others that it's getting compared
this CG to. Is very Cronenberg like. Yeah, okay. All right, you right.
Just fuck off.
That's funny. God. You guys got any plans for tonight? Oh wait, you're coming over on Saturday, huh?
Yep.
Josh, you coming over?
Yeah.
You bringing the devil babies?
I gotta talk to Tori. I'm not sure because she's also working that day. So
okay. If you need any kind of help with rides stuff, let me know.
Well, she'll be back, but it might not be till like 8:30 or something.
Okay. Well, this is a pretty high profile main card, so it won't start till 9. Probably won't even get going till 9:30, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I'm psyched, bro. I can't find a single fight on this card to bet on because I don't know what the fuck's fixed to happen. I keep watching as much stuff as I can, and I can't find anything that makes me confident in anything other than Valentina's going to probably win and Curtis Blades is probably going to win. But Valentina's like a minus 1,200 or some ridiculous shit, and Curtis Blades is like minus 350 or something. So there's no value on either of those. But everything else is like I'm not confident enough in Volkanovski. I think he's going to win. But I was watching the press conference, and he's like super emotional about Ortega, and I think he's like manufacturing some kind of beef, and like I think it's not really his style, dude. So it doesn't really work, and I think it might be a detriment to his success in the cage this weekend. So I'm just not willing to put money on it. Where normally I would bet on Volkanovski because I've just been proven wrong so many times by him. So I just go, I concede, man, you're really fucking good. Like I think he lost the last Max Holloway fight, but
I do too.
Dude, he got knocked down in rounds 1 and 2. And did you know that they didn't credit Max Holloway with either of those?
Really?
Bro, insane. Anyways, look, people are still watching this for some reason. Thank you. I'm not gonna apologize because why would I apologize? It's our show. We do what we want. But that's pretty amazing that you're still watching this. So I fucking love you. Yeah, man, we got new Knife Crime shirts coming real soon, and God damn it. So so when I posted my other design, a lot of people were like, "Oh, scissor crime," because they're not getting that I'm doing like just bladed objects. So I'm out in the garage yesterday, and I'm making a shirt. As a matter of fact, I was letting your shirt dry, Chris, and I was making one for somebody else. And my fucking son walks out there and goes, "Wouldn't that be more like scissor crime, Dad?" And he was doing it not in a shitty way. He was just wondering why I put the wrong picture on there or whatever.
That's
And I
not
was
a
like,
knife.
Fuck, bro. I was so irritated, dude. But then I started laughing uncontrollably for about 10 minutes because I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, like I brought it up, but we were like just chilling after the movie last weekend, and I could tell like you visibly got irritated whenever I said it. But yeah, like it makes sense that it's not scissor crime. I mean, that's silly. You just keep it knife crime, and
Yeah, it's not
yeah,
crime.
like
But it did inspire me to start coming up with a KCA logo, Knife Crime Apparel. So there will be a positive out of this to where I can make gnarly pictures and just put the logo over it or something. But
okay.
You know, on anything that's not an actual, if it's a knife or a cleaver, I'm still going to put the word knife crime on there. But it was pretty funny though, man. He got me good with that one. And he said it in such an innocent, I mean, you all know Brick, and he was just like, "Dad, wouldn't that be more like scissor crime?" Dude, I was like doing something and I wanted to just dump paint on him, like, "You fucker."
Yeah. I mean, that's all I was too. Like, I totally get that you wouldn't want to name it that. Like, you just keep the name and
you saying that and Bricken saying that, I can handle that. But my fucking asshole friends that are just fucking with me doing it over and over and over. But yeah. I printed a drawstring backpack thing that I'm gonna give away. I just wanted to see if it would work. It came out pretty good. Cool, man. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week for wait, which one did we decide on? Oh, we're watching we're watching. You're gonna make that for us, right?
Strange Days.
Yep. I'm gonna make some Strange Days copies.
Cool, man. All right, I gotta get to editing. I got a lot of shit to do tonight. So I will see you fellas this weekend. Everybody else, dude, thank you so much, man. There's probably nobody watching at this point, so never mind. See you later.
Bye.